Hello everybody, and thank you for tuning in. My name is Rosalia, and I want to show and demonstrate also what I have learned from someone else's video. And this video is from Sharon Bennett, and she's from Crafty and Creative Idea. Her video that I caught is called Embossing Folder Storage Using the Envelope Punch Board. And she is a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator. This is what I learned from her. I have all these embossing folders and just laying in the drawer. They were in a basket, but they weren't very inspirational. But now they are. Love the way this turned out. This is the folder, the way they were in my drawer. I used to thumb through them and just didn't even use them, but now I will. Look how beautiful. Now she used the punch board to make the tab, and then these little folders look like mini file folders. The cutest thing. So I would recommend you take a look at her video. But I liked it plain this way. This is my style, so I left it as is. And this is just the way I have them folded. Now, I don't know what the names of these folders are, but hey, I could just thumb through them, look at this. If I like it, this is a happy birthday one. I'll take it out, and they just look beautiful. Okay, that's great. So I took it a step further, and I said, well, I have these border type of embossing folders. I don't use them a whole lot, but let me tell you, once I get this going, I think I will. So what I did was I took some of this paper protector. Okay, that one is an Avery type. A paper protector. And now this is my trial and error, even though I'll probably keep it, but it's my trial and error because I really don't want it to be out like this. I really want it to be clean this way. But this is how it turned out, and I'm probably going to keep it anyway. So what I did was I cut the Avery. It's going to be open here, and depending on how you cut it, it'll probably be closed here. It doesn't matter because you still are going to sew it. So I took and I measured it. It measured out to be like 1.5 inches. Once I took and I dipped it that 1 inch, right? So I dipped it 1 inch here, and I started measuring it from here. It was 2.5, 1, and 5.5. Those are the measurements because all you can fit is just 3. So I took and I measured it out, and then I sewed it. I took and I did a very fine line on it. Let me see now. I took and I put a little pencil mark, did a fine line going across because that's going to help you with the sewing so it can sew nice and straight. So I sewed it on the top. I went down this way, and I also went across. So I did across and went down. So this is how it turned out. Just beautiful. And they don't fall off. They won't just, slip out. It's nice and snug, and I just like that. Now, my intention was to slide these in the same order. But again, trial and error. This one is thicker than this, and this is how it turned out. So I'm going to keep it that way. But I want them in the same order. So when I look at my folder, I know that this one is going to be the first one. It's going to be beautiful, and I'll use it. So this one is the second one, the one that I'm going to use as demo. As you can see, I dipped it down to 1 inch, and now you can't see it from the top. So I cut this to that size to fit that, okay, all the way just above the fold. Just above the fold. And just at that 1 inch, because you need to sew this 1/8 of an inch going across. So after you have your markings and you went across very lightly with the pencil, no need to make it very dark. The line is just to help you go straight across the other side. Once you have that 1, 2.5, 4, and 5.5, and you sew it across, again, another little detail that I didn't tell you was that these embossing folders are shorter than these. Okay, so that when I put this in here, it stuck out too much. I didn't like that. I didn't like how it sticks out. So, and again, remember, I sold it all the way on this side. So what I discovered was that instead of sewing it at this end, I left this end open. I left this end open, and of course this end is open to slide it in. So when I slide it in, it goes in all the, oh, let's do that over here. Hold on, because I'm still trying to figure out the easiest way to get this in there. So now it slides really nice all the way. It doesn't show at either end, so I like that. And then I can take them out from either side. It'll work from either side, of course, as you can see. And it slides. It's not hard. These measurements for this embossing folder, which measures an inch, if you do 1.5 inch on each one, it slides in. It's not hard to take out, and also it won't fall. It won't fall off. So it's really ideal. So I'm going to take now, I've already demonstrated here that I sewed it really close here and then followed my line. My next sewing would be at that line, if you can see, right over the plastic. You can see that line. It's very easy to follow. Do it at a 3.5. The stitches, 3.5 works. Any smaller, I don't know, but and 4 might be too big. I thought that 3.5, the size of the stitch at 3.5 worked pretty good. So follow that line and then just go right under there, 1/8 of an inch, and just go ahead and go straight through. And it works really good. And then of course, you emboss your piece of paper. Look how nice, look how nice. And then slide, make sure this time, I'll slide in the ones that go in the correct space. So there will be, this one definitely will be in order for me. Okay, so it would be, I'll glue it on, and then what I will have is a nice embossing folder. And being that these are my borders, pink will tell me those are my borders, and I'll just put it in the back, and when I need it, I will look at it and I'll remember, oh wow, this one looks really nice. I think I'll use it, because they do look really nice, very inspirational. And you can ink it if you like, do whatever so they look even prettier for you. Do the tab like the mini file folders, and use your your embossing folders. I've enjoyed them so far. These small ones, I cut them even, a little smaller. Look how nice these look. Okay, and I'm going to have fun. So far, I've made a couple of birthday cards, and of course, I embossed every little piece I could, and I've enjoyed myself. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope I said everything. I still have some work to do. I still have these skinny ones. They're long. These are skinny and long versus these are 1 inch. This is probably a 1/2 inch or so. So I'm going to hopefully get all of these in one folder. Thank you so much. I hope this inspires you, because that's my goal. And have a good night. See you another time. Bye.